great lineup here. You've got Uzi running Esmeralda here. Freya, you got Ruby, Freya, and Esmeralda. Right? You want to talk about a front line? There's your front line right there,
Yeah.
and Cecilion in that back line. You don't want to let Team Gosu get to this late game. You're gonna have 3 very, very tanky, durable heroes there, followed by somebody who just smacks behind them. So I expect Team Hate to be very aggressive here, and we're about to see if this Selena comes through on the side of Nicolette, Ben.
Yeah, I just don't understand best player not taking the taunt. It was open. It provides much more late game insurance. He takes the Hayabusa again, who needs to get going in the early game. So if this isn't an early game win for Team 8, it's going to be a problem moving in. A little bit of trading back and forth in the mid lane as we settle out into the lanes. It will be the Lapu into the Esme and then the Lunox into the Freya. And I believe Freya will win that matchup early and Esme will win her matchup early. So it looks like side lanes are going to be winning for Team Gosu in the beginning. One pick does land from Nicolette, and it's the burst. Oh, the flicker comes into Eugen, does punish. Immediately punished with that Selena pick. An excellent usage by Nicolette, getting in, getting first blood, sub 1 minute. And will best player get traded? Best player takes a loss. That is really bad for Hayabusa. He needs to get going early, and he's taking a death. It is a 1-to-1 trade in the first minute. We've got good blood early, Tank.
And what about that Selena, Nicolette? We were wondering what she's going to do, and the first dart coming out from her finds the target she's looking for. So, they caught a little rough spot there, losing best player, falling behind a little bit, did get that little overextension, which we saw last game, which they can't make those mistakes. We knew they were going to be aggressive here, but we can't lose those mistakes on the side of best player because Team Hate, we know that they can play, but if they get too aggressive here and lose those picks, that's right into Team Gosu's wheelhouse here, Ben, which is not good for the side of Team Hate.
Maybe a little bit of a dive working on Mikasa, but they don't want to do that because Rome is in the bushes, my man. But yeah, best player going on early, that hurts, man. We know he needed to have a good game. He needed to have an early start. Hayabusa has to be able to do the damage to complete the kill, or he's kind of worthless bouncing around through minions and a lot of heroes, right? Lapu's wandered through the jungle. He's got a little bit of a roam advantage on the Esme. He's been able to get out of that lane and go find vision on the YSS and keep eyes on him, which is great. And Hate starting up this turtle. And I think it's theirs to take, honestly. They should be able to take this turtle early. It's against a Sicilian who doesn't provide damage and a Selena who can make picks. But as the team fight pops off, it looks like a little bit of damage is traded on Team Hate. Lapu does come in with the ulti, and he hasn't popped it yet. Nicolette goes down. She is caught. The Selena is dead. Turtle taken low. It's a lot of damage. The Lapu's in the backline doing a bit, but he gets bursted out. It's 5 members of Team Gosu standing there, stomping on 2 members. That is now a 3-to-1 in kills, and Gosu takes the turtle. The team with the late game win condition is now ahead.
Yeah, Selena Nicolette there had nowhere to go. She got caught inside that turtle, and I don't know if it was just bad placement or bad luck, but she couldn't do anything back there, and that was just an absolute free pick for the side of Team Gosu there. And then also taking down the turtle. This is something Team Hate needs. They need this early game. They need the early game objectives. They need the early game picks and gold lead on the side of Team Hate, but it's just not happening right now. You got Team Gosu playing very well. Selena missed her stun there, was not able to get the pick, and you've got now Team Gosu on the aggressor.
Ooh, man, this is not the way this game needed to start, man. Gosu, while they had a little bit of advantage in the side lanes, they were supposed to dominate mid lane. And you see CC already off to a 2-assist lead, and you got kills onto both of the side laners. That means that they're going to lose side lanes as Esme comes in with a little bit of poke. Uzi doing work on that Esme, a real skilled player in this game, able to make it work on Nicolette. She flickers out, but it won't be enough as the damage comes through, and CC gets the kill. The one person you don't want to get the kill got it. And then as a trade kill happens in the top side of the map off camera, Freya is taken down, and that's a kill over to the side of Warrior, which is not really where you want the gold at.
Hey, T-Rex, if we could get the game sound turned on, we're going to continue on here. Definitely Team Gosu, right, with a 2,000 gold lead now. So Team Gosu, who we expected to play a little bit back here, a little bit slower.
Oh, God, another pick on to Nicolette. No, CC gets another kill. This is really bad for Team Hate. Gosu is off. CC's 2-1. This late game dominating mage has a huge start in the early game, and Team Hate is being punished. Turtle is up, and they have members now. Best player going on Eugen, but he won't be able to make it happen as they have to concede the mid lane, and they'll rotate over to Turtle.
Team Gosu just playing their game right now. We expect them to play late game, play back, but They are absolutely not. They're here at another turtle again, and you got 4 members to the 1 Lapu. And Ben, we know how much you love Lapu. We know the damage he can do, the damage he can take. But against 4 members of a Team Gosu, it's going to be another turtle going over to the side of Team Gosu, which is just, you know, we know they're going to come here late game and they're going to start hitting, but right now they're running early game. We got a 2,000 gold lead and they're not letting up. They got great map awareness here. You've got a good push on the bottom lane. YSS now taking bottom lane turret, and they're still up here defending, and Team Hate just, it kind of seems like they're going top lane, they're going bottom lane, but right now Team Gosu's everywhere. They're playing as a team, and you've got some real, I don't know if Team Hate's, are they tilted? Ben, is this it? Are they tilted after that 1 game? And
oh, big hook from Ruby into the ultimate of Sicilian, doing a lot of damage. The Esme dives in the backline. It's more kills over to the side of Gosu. It looks like best player may get caught out here as you're retreating in. The Lapu is in the backline, gets a stun onto him, but it's more members falling. So much damage over to the side of Team Hate, and it looks like a kill off the map. Lunix does get the kill on Sicilian, so that is a saving grace of this team fight, and Hate trades it back. 2-1 in the kill trade, but it's Gosu taking control of the map state. They push that bottom lane, and they got the turret. They've gotten first turret. They've gotten first turtle. They've gotten 2 turtles, and they're up in kills for this late game team. This is a gimme game for Gosu.
It looks like it right now. And you got Flamboy running that Lunix, and he's got his 2 kills. He's doing good. He's going to be putting down some damage. He's trying to control that lane, but they're doing such a good job shutting Lunix down. Knowing Flamboy is phenomenal. And every hero you give him, mages, marksmen, doesn't matter. But I mean, putting all those resources up top, Lunix is really just getting shut down. But quick there from Freya. My God, this is not looking good for the side Team Hate.
Yeah, Freya does offer that CC, and with Ruby, man, and to be able to pull them into that CC. Oh, even more, Matilda takes it. Doesn't get punished there, but honestly, man, you do not want to walk into that Freya with the constant damage. Oh, goodness, it looks like mid lane turret has been taken down. Huge pressure coming out of Gosu. They've lost 2 turrets, and the mid lane turret at that. Early, Gosu is taking control of this lineup. Freya goes in for a kill on a Hayabusa. Doesn't quite get it, but that's Hayabusa under a turret alone with 4 members of Gosu roaming around. Will they be able to finish it off? There's a lot of members of Team Hate showing up, looking for Gosu to get a little bit greedy with this dive. As they do go in and finish it off, best player is taken out by the Freya, but Lapu trades it out. They're traded for 1-for-1. Lapu flickers out to try to get out, but there's a lot of member of Team Gosu here. There's Selena with a stun in the background. It doesn't do much. Selena goes in for the burst and does get the kill on the YSS. That's huge. As Team Hate is now able to push back, Lunix pumping out a lot of damage. A clutch stun from Nicolette.
Nicolette knocking down the jungler Gosu General on the side of Team Gosu, where it looked like Team Gosu had a great push there, and it was all Team Gosu. Team Hate comes back up, gets a pick on the Hyper, and then takes a turret. So finally, some life coming from the side of Team Hate, which at this point you really need. They're starting to bring that gold to within 2,000 now. So Team Hate starting to actually rotate, starting to get their picks that they need. Selena showing us, Nicolette showing us that she can run that Selena, although is it enough right now? We need to get Lunix into these team fights because she is deadly here, and we got another 70 seconds until the Lord pops up on the map. But right now, Team Gosu doing such a good job with the map awareness, getting these lanes pushed, completing these objectives, and we're looking for a pick here, Ben. Could be a possible team fight.
It looks like Team Hate's diving on a Mikasa, but they do not know that Eugen's in the bush here, just waiting to apply the CC, and so much damage is going to come out of this mage. There are 4 members running to 2, and they can't close it, but it looks like the stun landed on Eugen. Selena makes another pick for her team. Huge stuns coming out of Selena, who's had a 2-5 game thus far. Not great, but Hayabusa continuing the dive. That's going to be 3 members of Gosu diving. Finally, signs of life coming out from Team Hate as they dive on again. Esme does trade 1 kill back on Nicolette, who's now 2-6, but still making the picks for her team. That is a 3-for-1 trade for Team Hate, and they have tied up the kills as Freya maybe getting the 2v1 right here, almost pulling it out, but gets re-engaged. They're going again, and Freya trades another one, 1-for-1 in a 3v1. Freya is insane.
Freya, we knew was going to be a problem. That Freya, Esmeralda, Ruby tankiness is really starting to show here, specifically on the side of just Freya. But Team Hate showing some life, actually getting involved here, starting to trade some kills. The kills are even up at 11. The gold is even up at 28,000. And we have Lord on the map. But as for the lanes, it's looking like Team Gosu, they're really setting themselves up for this Lord a lot better than Team Hate is. So unless Team Hate can start getting the lanes pushed in like we wanted, they're doing great catching up with these team fights, but this Lord is going to be absolutely huge, especially for a team like Team Hate, who we knew we had to be aggressive, because once Eugen starts getting stacks here, going to be very, very dangerous for the side of Team Hate. And Team Gosu already has such a good start that Team Hate really needs this objective, really needs this Lord, so they can start getting some more control and objectives on this map.
Yeah, Hate's got to keep their pedal to the metal on this one, man. Do not break for a second, because honestly, this is exactly where Gosu wants to be. 10 minutes, and they're tied with the honestly, when you concede over the early game, this is a dream come true for Gosu. All they have to do is wait 5 more minutes, and Sicilian will 1v5 this team with any tank to give him space. So honestly, Hate has to keep their foot on the gas and make plays right now. They need this Lord. They need to continue to make picks with Selena. They got to get it done right now.
Well, it's going to be a big team fight here going to middle.
Big coming in. Best player takes a lot of damage. He gets picked by the Ruby. Huge damage. Sicilian with another kill, and best player is now taking a 4 for 4, and that's another kill onto the Sicilian, who you know is loving this game so far. Team Gosu steps over towards the Lord with Freya diving in, providing so much space. Mikasa is such an excellent XP laner thus far. Lord taking out a half, and Lapu hops into the team fight. He will be CC'd out here, taking a half health. Huge stun coming from him. Will be enough damage. He dives into 4 members, and 5 members finally take down the Lapu. It looks like the Lunox flickered in, but wasn't able to get the kill. Who does the Lord will they go to? It is YSS taking the Lord for his team. That is Gosu taking first Lord with the late game scaling team comp. This is bad news for Team Hate. As they continue to dive, the Lunox is here with the damage. Boy carrying his team in another match. 4-1, he has the damage, possibly being the saving grace for Team Hate.
You know, it all started with best player getting knocked out, and when your jungler gets knocked out...
Oh, another engage. CC completely deletes the Lunox. A little bit of damage, but Esme follows it up and finishes the kill. They're now having a full run from the CC as he has so much damage. 2 players take it really low. Will they be able to get the final kill on Matilda? No, but Slingstead does get someone under turret. Is it enough with the Lapu dive? They do finally take down the turret, but there are no kills traded. Back for the side of Team Hate, straight 1 for 1, and they got Lord and a turret. Team Hate is really struggling in this early game where they had the advantage.
Yeah, we're looking at 12 minutes in, and Team Gosu has got to be happy with what they're seeing here. They've got a 3,000 gold lead. They're up in 2 kills, but when it comes to that objectives, they own them right now. They're getting the turtles, they're getting the Lord, and we only know their team comp is going to get better. So it's going to continue to get more dangerous, but you know, Team Hate is answering back. You've got Boy running this Lunox, and he's running very, very well. He's 4-2-3, but best player has to get involved in here, and he can't be getting taken out when you've got a Lord on the map, when you've got a turtle on the map. So they're doing a great job on the side of Team Gosu with really isolating and taking out that Hyper when they know an objective.
A dive coming in here as Mikasa is deep under the turret, but a lot of damage has gone back onto Eugen, and he does get slayed by Selena. Finally, this Nicolette doing the job she was brought in here to do, and that is pop that backline mage, and she does it yet again. The death on a Eugen means most of the damage from this Team Gosu is gone now. Now Team Hate can step out of their base and really breathe, but it's not going to get them much. Maybe they get a turret here, maybe, but they've missed their window. They're now to the 13-minute mark where they've been outscaled, Tank.
I mean, Team Gosu right here. This is looking for some life on Team Hate.
A dive on Mikasa. She does flicker out. Best player is stunned under turret, taking a lot of damage. She gets traced down. He does get finished by the YSS. That's a terrible thing for best player, dying again, being picked by this Ruby, man. She keeps stunning him under turret, catching him in between those shadows, and a lot of damage comes out from their team in just a few moments.
Now, I think Team Gosu is only going to get stronger here. Not that Team Hate isn't, but Team Gosu is going to get stronger to the point where it's going to be, I don't think, in a position where Team Hate can fight those team fights. So unless Team Hate really starts getting these lanes pushed and getting a macro gameplay going on, if you continue to fight Team Gosu on an even keel and it's 2v2 or 3v3 or 4v4, they're going to really start going to the side of Team Gosu. So Team Hate really has to start changing up
stepping in a little deep, but is it a bait? No, he does get taken down, but how much will it cost him as Freya dives in? This is already 2 kills gone on for 2-for-1 trade. Freya does get taken down by the Lapu. The Lapu's in the backline with a lot of damage dealers, though. SCC has gone forward to get the double kill, but he is stunned, and the Selena will chain the stun and finally kill. It looks like Sicilian goes down. What else may happen? It is a 2-for-3 trade in the side of Team Hate right now. They actually are starting to win this team fight, but Esme running through the team doesn't feel threatened by this at all. Just playing with the members of Team Hate right now, 3v1 and actually pushing them away. YSS isn't even around. This is a true 3v1 as Esme's diving onto the side of Team Hate. Will she continue? Team Hate, 3 members are running from a single member of Esme, and look at the space that buys on the map. You thought Team Hate won that team fight? Well, Uzi runs into the face of him and says, "Ha, you didn't kill me."
I was about to say this is exactly what Team Hate needed, and about to see what they could do. And then Uzi with Esmeralda just runs down middle lane and pushes them all back in the inhibitor turret. And I said, okay, yeah, it looks like Team Hate won that team fight, and they've got more members on the map. But I mean, do more members really matter when Uzi's taking on 3 of them, and the 3 are in full retreat? So great single gameplay coming from Uzi there, running Esmeralda and really delaying enough time to allow Team Gosu's full team to come back. And if you look now, although Team Hate won that team fight and took a couple members off to the side of Team Gosu's still well in charge here.
Big pick, maybe coming on to Uzi. He does finally, Full-On Boy finally dies again. The Lunox no longer at that 4-1 point, has started to be punished. But Team Hate is focusing the Sicilian, stunning him out, making sure he doesn't go in. And it's Mikasa, a little bit too deep on the Freya. It's finally going to get picked by the Lapu. Excellent gameplay coming out from Hate, picking a member, making a trade for 1-for-1. Now the Lord has been pulled, but both teams back away and prepare for the team fight over the Lord pit. Uzi walks a little bit deeper. This Esme is unstoppable right now. Nobody has the damage to kill him. He's walking in the face of 3 or 4 members. And again, Lord has started up. It looks like it's a bait for Team Gosu, just wanting to pick another fight. Sicilian does land a little bit of damage to Selena. Stun does miss, but Team Hate is taking control of the Lord pit. As you look at the side lanes, the bottom lane is pushing in the favor of Gosu, so that will be a problem they do have to take care of soon. And on the top wave as well, the Team Gosu minions are pushing, so they can stay here indefinitely. They're fine to stay here. Their lanes are pushing. They want to bait Team Hate into a bad position. Now all 5 members returning to the Lord pit. Will this be a bait, or will they go to the side lanes, Tank?
We got a big stun there coming out from Selena, picking up Uzi, right? But obviously can't finish because they've got such good position on the side of Team Gosu. So you were saying that they've got the full minion push in full effect. You've got a big wave on bottom. You got Esme trying to get this Lapu pushed up on top. So Team Gosu has real good position, but Team Hate actually doing a real good job zoning out this Lord here. I don't think they're going to try and take the Lord. I think if anything, they'll try to bait it because you've got Uzi in there running this Esmeralda, and until you take care of that man, it's going to be a problem. So you do have to get back in. If you're on the side of Team Hate, you have to start focusing on these lanes, get some pushes, maybe get some objectives where you can, because right now they can't focus on Lord and take that until they clean up these lanes. But bottom lane, big push coming up for the side of Team Hate. Looks like after they clear
trying
that
to engage. Gosu does get a pick on a Lunox, instantly not able to get under there, and Lapu dives into the back line. He's trying to trade those kills back. He does flicker onto him. Will he get Eugen? Eugen does fall. That is a loss of lot of team fight damage coming in for Team Gosu. Lapu in the back line providing even more stuns. This looks really good for Team Hate, but Uzi has still not died. He is up against 4 members, excuse me, and Uzi still walking in the face of it. It is a 1-for-3 trade in the favor of Team Hate. Team Hate really making out in this mid game, making a lot of picks. This Eugen is really paying off on Selena. Esme walking in the face of 4 members. Can she go down? 4 members on her. She still continues to tank, buying so much time as she continues to run around. And finally, I believe she'll be taken down. Maybe not
yet,
though.
Man, not
it
yet.
looks like best player still. He doesn't get her. Uzi walks away. 4 members have now dove and wasted so much time trying to take Esme down, doing exactly what she needs to do, and that's buy time. But Team Hate has reprioritized. They're now back on Lord. It is down to 20% as Mikasa approaches. I do not believe she'll contest for Lord as it is so low, but she does go in and almost steals it, but is not able to take it. It is Lunox who takes it down. Now Uzi and Freya into the team fight, and Sicilian has returned. What will it cost them? The Lord was taken, but what will it take? Uzi is here with the help, and they decide to back off, and that will be it for now, taking it for Team Hate.
Now this Uzi running Esmeralda right now is an absolute gem to see. I mean, Uzi's just slaying Esmeralda, even throwing Lapu in there. Even Gosu Zero gets involved in that 3-on-1, and they can't take down this Esme. But Team Hate not letting that get to him, not letting him tilt, which is kind of nice, and then focusing on the objective, actually getting out that Lord. Now, they are doing great here in the fact that they are starting to get these objectives where they need to. But Team Gosu loves these team fights, and especially with Esmeralda, with Uzi's Esmeralda running this, 3 members can't even take him down. So until they can deal with Uzi, and I'm specifically calling out Uzi here in the gameplay last time, and once again, until they can take out Uzi, I really don't know what they're going to get on this macro level when it comes to this map, because Uzi can just take 3 members on the side of Team Hate, and if you can just poke and take one of them out, that only leaves 1 other member on the map to deal with it. But you got Lord now, so now we're looking at 6 members for the side of Team Hate. So maybe that is the secret. Maybe that's how we take down Uzi. We put a Lord on our side, we roll him down that top lane, we get our minions to collide at the same time, and maybe, just maybe Team Hate has a chance here, Ben.
Lord's pushing down, and Team Hate looking to dive onto this team. The stun does miss from Selena, and Lord is completely evaporated. The inhibitor does not fall. Team Hate is doing such a good job of prioritizing and making sure to get to the backline and killing Eugen with the Selena stun, the Lapu flickering into the backline. But when those tools are exhausted, what is left to deal with the rest of this team? They did not only, the only marksman they brought was YSS. So somebody has to survive with Uzi to do this damage. You can't just sustain your way to victory. You have to kill the other heroes. And now Gosu back in their base. It's 20 minutes in. We would have expected Sicilian to be taking over this game at this point, but he hasn't yet.
And once Sicilian does, once Eugen's does, that's where we spoke about it being very, very dangerous for the side of, or in favor of the side of Team Gosu, because Sicilian, when the stacks get up, there's going to be very dangerous. And we've already seen what Uzi can do on Esmeralda. So you throw in Uzi up there on a 3-on-1 where everybody is focused on Esmeralda, and you bring Sicilian in that back lane that Eugen running Sicilian with those stacks, just like you're seeing now. Esme on that bottom lane, and Sicilian knowing Eugen saying, "Listen, man, I'll follow you anywhere, Uzi. I know you can tank for me. You're my new Uranus, right? You're my new mini Lord. I'm gonna sit right behind you, and I'm gonna bring down the damage." So Team Hate definitely really has to start focusing objectives here, because when it comes to a fair fight, 5-on-5, you're not going to win this fight. So we need to focus on getting Lord and take the objectives when we can. So I like Team Hate's transition into making sure we get these objectives here, Ben.
Already 50% down on the Lord. Roam is in here, and when a Ruby gets close, it does a lot of damage, but the Lord's been taken out, a sub 15%. It looks like Lapu dives on the General, stunning him, making sure he can't get it, but it's Freya who steals the Lord. And Sicilian is taken out immediately. This is 3 kills for nothing. It'll be 4 soon. Gosu taking complete advantage of that team fight. That Team Hate started. This is going to be the end of the game. They have 4 people dead, and they have minions to work with. They're going on the mid lane turret, and I believe Esme will be running back to deal with the bottom lane. 4 people, and best player isn't even coming out of the base. It looks like he resigned this to victory as the minion goes in, and that's going to be the end of the game. Gosu turning it around at the 21-minute mark.
Huge gameplay on the side of Team Gosu. You love seeing it from start to finish. We expected Team Gosu to be the